So the United States and much of the Caribbean and elsewhere are devastated by hurricanes. Hurricane after hurricane after hurricane. We are in fact taught that we are in the, quote, hurricane season, unquote, as though there really was such a creature. As far as I know, there are only 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. But this attempt to categorize this unnatural phenomenon as a season is, of course, an attempt to normalize it, to misdirect attention away from the real cause, which is not nature itself, but rather the nature of the white man. In the same way, there is a misdirection occurring with the media focus and just the human empathy with the victims of this hurricane, the devastation that they are experiencing. In fact, it is the devastation, the emphasis on the devastation, that is perhaps an inadvertent and unintended misdirection, but is a misdirection nonetheless, because the implication is that things were okay, and now Hurricane Henry, Irma, Jose, whatever the alphabet is, caused devastation. The fact is that before there was Hurricane Henry, Irma, or Jose, there was Hurricane White Man, Hurricane White Way, Hurricane White Race, White Subjugation. And we were devastated before these environmental hurricanes occurred. This is what we have to understand. As bad as these hurricanes are, recovering from them is not recovery. Returning to the status quo that existed before the hurricanes appeared was devastation. And we will not be good once the cleanups are done and infrastructures and communities are rebuilt. We will return to the state continual, not seasonal, but the continuous hurricane state of Hurricane White Way. We must extirpate, cut out the root cause of this normal devastation, this devastation as normality. In the same way, we must cut out the root cause of these unnatural hurricanes. That is to say, like other unnatural disasters throughout the world, earthquakes, floods, tsunamis, droughts, forest fires, all of these unnatural disasters that we lump together as a category and say climate change, we call climate change, they did not fall from the sky. Neither is it fair to say that they are man-made disasters. Anytime you want to solve a problem, the more detailed your attention is, the more specifically you address the elements of the problem, the greater your chance of successfully resolving the problem are, and of course, the more thorough your solution will be. If you have a partial approach, a partial understanding to a problem, then the solution you attain will also be partial. So to say that these are man-made disasters is only a partial explanation. The reality is that they are white man-made disasters, white man-made devastation. In the same way, our lives are a white man-made disaster, a white man hurricane, hurricane white man. And the status quo that one would return to would be a status quo after the hurricanes are done and the cleanup happens. The status quo we return to would be a hurricane of poverty, hurricane of racism, exploitation, injustice, genocide. So, let us be clear. We had to get through this present devastation. And once we do, let's be clear, we are returning to our devastation of normality. And that's the hurricane that most concerns me, should concern us. This is a message from the Dark Matters universe, from Dark Matters Media, where everything dark matters. We are media with analysis and action. Join us in future broadcasts where we will address all the issues that concern us and pose relevant, practical solutions that we can do to remedy our problems, to liberate ourselves. Dark Matters Media, where everything dark matters.